The South Willamette Valley has earned a reputation as being the grass seed capital of the world. Within that part of Oregon are small rural communities supported by long-standing family farms. These farms produce more than just a crop in the field. They grow leaders, such as grass seed farmer George Pugh. The Pugh family is one of the original homesteaders in this part of Oregon. George was raised on the farm that his grandfather worked. His dad was in partnership with Granddad. At that time, the farm was diversified. But while George grew up, the operation became more specialized in the production of grass seed. The Pughs did more than just grow it. They cleaned and bagged their own seed while doing custom work for other growers in the valley. George graduated from Central Lynn High School in nearby Halsey and was off to Oregon State University, first majoring in ag economics. But George wondered if there was economics in ag and wavered on whether he would someday return to the farm. After switching to English education, along came the Army and tours of duty in post-war Korea and Vietnam. George's granddad instilled the value of family and the farm. The grandson did not want to see all the hard work go away, so he began to plan a return to the farm. After returning to OSU to finish up with a degree in humanities, George met Cheryl, who claimed she was not going to marry a farmer. George claims he had to tell many outrageous lies to get her to say yes. Soon after marriage and college graduation, the Pughs started a family, and George began a partnership on the farm with his dad. His specialty was cleaning the seed, but he did all sorts of jobs. Soon George Pugh was asked to serve on the Oregon Ryegrass Commission, an organization that would be right in the middle of the field burning controversy. George had learned that farming had become a business and it had become political. In his 3 terms on the Ryegrass Commission and as a representative on the Oregon Seed Council, George was actively part of the committees that worked on compromise legislation to phase down field burning in the Willamette Valley. All the while, he was active in the Seed Council's research committee with a goal of developing alternatives to field burning. The Pugh farm worked closely with OSU Extension and USDA on research projects, offering its own crop and land to research. George says their best crop quite often was plot flags, as this valued industry research was tested out in the field. Conservation has always been important to George Pugh. He says the business is where you live, and you want your business and where you live to be sustainable. Before there was a political commitment to conservation, there was a family farm commitment, and the Pughs are a great example of that. Even today, the farm works to integrate new techniques and strategies to find more environmentally and economically successful ways to grow grass seed. The Pugh farm is often a stop on conservation, industry, and even international youth tours designed to show off a model operation. George has also traveled on trade missions on behalf of the industry and in conjunction with the Oregon Department of Agriculture. George has been to China with the governor to sign research agreements that further the export of Oregon grass seed to the world's biggest nation, and he's helped promote Oregon agricultural products in Europe. He's even been on a domestic trade mission with ODA and industry representatives to extol the virtues of ryegrass seed as a cover crop for Midwest corn and soybean farmers, a potentially lucrative market for Oregon grass seed. George has rolled up his sleeves and has been at the table on behalf of agriculture on a variety of key issues. Senate Bill 1010, the pesticide use reporting system, and the Southern Willamette Valley groundwater management area. But it was his 8 years on the Board of Agriculture that he cites as a highlight of his volunteer service. George and Cheryl have also raised a fine crop of children, 2 sons, a daughter, and now a son-in-law. The next generation is already in partnership with George. Son Denver works on the farm. The Pughs also have ownership in Ampex Seed Company, but with everything they do, they represent the very best of Oregon agriculture. The qualities of friendliness, respect of others, hard work, and genuine humbleness can all be found as part of George Pugh. We honor George tonight for his lifetime of contributions to Oregon agriculture.